In a move that signals a significant shift in industrial policy, the United States government has made a landmark investment. It has acquired a 10% stake in Intel Corporation, one of the foundational companies of Silicon Valley. This transaction, valued at a staggering $8.9 billion, is not a typical market play. Instead, it represents a deliberate and strategic decision by Washington to secure a domestic supply of a critical technological component: semiconductors. The deal places the government in the unfamiliar role of a major shareholder in a publicly traded technology giant. This action underscores a growing consensus that the tiny silicon chips powering our modern world are as vital to national security and economic stability as Steel. Intel is a name synonymous with the digital revolution. Founded in 1968, semiconductors, often simply called chips, are the unsung heroes of the modern economy. These miniature marvels of engineering are the fundamental building blocks of virtually every electronic device we use. They are found in our smartphones, laptops, cars, home appliances, but their importance extends far beyond consumer gadgets. Chips are essential for the critical infrastructure that underpins our society, including power grids, financial networks, healthcare equipment. They are the engines of innovation, enabling advancements in artificial intelligence. Without a reliable supply of these components, the entire digital economy would grind to a halt, making their availability a matter of national importance. The groundwork for this historic government investment was laid by the CHIPS and Science Act. Passed with bipartisan support, this legislation is one of the most significant pieces of industrial policy in recent U.S. history. At its core, the CHIPS Act is a straightforward plan to bring semiconductor manufacturing back to American shores. It allocates billions of dollars in federal incentives, including grants, loans, and tax credits, to encourage companies to build, expand, or modernize their chip fabrication facilities within the United States. The act is a direct acknowledgement that the high costs and long-term risks associated with building advanced fabs require government partnership to compete with heavily subsidized foreign competitors. The deal with Intel came together through a series of negotiations involving key figures from both the government and the private sector. The Trump administration first initiated discussions about strengthening domestic supply chains. These efforts were accelerated and formalized under the current administration. The CHIPS Act is designed to do more than just fund construction projects. It aims to cultivate a complete ecosystem. It includes provisions for research and development, workforce training, and collaboration between industry, academia, and government labs. For years, Intel seemed invincible. But the technology giant has faced significant challenges recently. The company that once dominated the chip industry found itself falling behind competitors in the race to produce the smallest and most powerful semiconductors. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, Samsung, surpassed Intel in manufacturing process technology. This manufacturing lag meant that Intel's own products were sometimes less advanced than those it was competing against. Intel also experienced a period of leadership instability that really compounded its problems. The challenges required a clear and consistent vision, which was sometimes lacking. In response, the board made a decisive change, appointing Lip-Bu Tan as the new chief executive officer. His appointment signaled a return to an engineering-first culture and long-term bets. Building a state-of-the-art semiconductor fab costs tens of billions of dollars and takes years to complete. Experts are divided on whether this intervention will ultimately succeed. Some warn of political influence, market distortion, or propping up a company that should adapt on its own. The United States government's investment in Intel represents a pivotal moment for American technology policy. It marks a departure from the largely hands-off approach of the past and signals a new willingness to use the power of the state to achieve strategic technological goals. This move could serve as a blueprint for future partnerships between government and private industry. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology. The success or failure of this endeavor with Intel will likely shape the debate over industrial policy in the United States for many years. In the short term, the infusion of capital is expected to accelerate Intel's turnaround efforts and directly support the construction and equipping of new factories. This will create thousands of high-tech manufacturing jobs and boost local economies. It will begin the long process of rebuilding the domestic semiconductor workforce. Startups, established companies, and researchers will have more reliable access to the components they need to develop smarter cities, autonomous vehicles, and breakthroughs in medicine and science. A strong domestic semiconductor industry is the foundation upon which much of this future progress will be built. This $8.9 billion power move is not just about saving one company, it's about securing the nation's technological destiny.